昨日5家，先来看浩克锤晕炼金吹起老路，保存权杖无处可用。
这边吹强打，MV 是一头直接敲死这个炼金啊！
再看周西西树人兄弟灵活卡位，阻断 KOG 逃生之路。
好了 ，KOG 被
加血，但是可以双卡位啊，双卡位，直接点掉。
5家镜头第3位属于 Focus， 没有人可以逃过闪电的追击。
我们看到蜘蛛是全部是一丝血的，摸一下就死，拿苦攻摸也可以。好，闪电链，
哇，这个跳得好远呐！
精彩操作第2名，120展现属于亡灵的力量，瞬间集火秒杀剑圣。
剑圣这边直接是遭秒，没血了，要死啊！倒地了，伤害太高了，5级的 DK。
昨日最佳，让我们欣赏月魔 Moon 操控小鹿跳出轻巧舞步。
对，人族现在是可以打得到暗夜，可以把他打伤，可以把他打残，但是很难把他打死。只要精灵拉得够快，你就没有办法杀到他的兵了。到后面的话，可以2个商店可以不停的买群补。
缠绕 KOG 缠绕了大法师，
大法师是没有绑命道具的。
对，刚才那个无敌是打出来的大无敌，大法师倒了，一飞打出了GG。
远古大陆，群雄割据，四方势力，战火不绝。一为勇气，穿梭于丛林之间，一切障碍都被他视作为猎物。一为力量，劈开了世间万物，巨剑出鞘，是将世界破坏殆尽。一为智慧，操纵着远古奥义，突破自身，迸发出耀世的光芒。一为坚韧，为囚禁了千百年，打破禁锢，只为复仇整个世界。群魔并起，鸟兽无名，王者相争，独霸天下。
Ready to work.
Alrighty, we had some issues, but they're fixed. Welcome to day 4, welcome to the WGL Grand Final, and welcome back to Shanghai. This is the conclusion of Group C and D. We need 4 more players for the playoffs, for the quarterfinals. Who will follow Lin, Foggy, Fly, and Colorful?
For our first 2 players today, it's not looking good at all. Sini and Hunter, nobody really expected them to have great chances here, and they have had not the best first day yesterday, both going 0-2, 0-4 in maps as well. It is already, it's not impossible for them to advance, but it's going to be extremely hard. But I guess it's not only about that, perhaps. Getting a map here, showing your best, especially on stage, that's also going to be important to these 2 players.
Indeed. Here's our nice host, Milkis, welcoming you.
各位现场的观众以及收看直播的观众，大家下午好！
Man, yesterday Moon, what a run! The only player with 6-0. He should be in the quarterfinals where he belongs, but who will follow him? That's the question. Group C, Cash still has decent chances here to make it 2-1, same as Joshishi and
absolutely. It's going to be interesting how that develops. If we have to say, if Hunter and Sini here, one of the 2, really ends up making it to the playoffs, that would be a grand surprise indeed. Especially considering the current results. Hunter has played here on stage before. Didn't go too well for him. His bad luck continues, man. We're talking about it already in the past couple of days. Back in WCA, he missed his flight, couldn't play most of his games, only 2 maps there after having to leave then. But let's take a look at what we have in store here today in Group D.
Lolliot, of course, from Team Newbie. Focus as well as Korean Brother. They will be fighting for the playoff spot. Sini is in as well on his first offline event. 1-2-0 Hawk, who had a tremendous game against Lolliot yesterday. Unfortunately unsuccessful. This is Group D. And Group D, yeah, it's going to be a 3-way tie most likely, or between 3 or 4 players. Lolliot, Focus 1-2-0 and Hawk, they still have chances. Here is Sini, mostly known as Foggy's practice partner, a one-of-a-kind player, plays the Night Elf race, but he doesn't play Mirror, he plays Orc against Night Elf.
Yeah, a bit of a specialty. Even before the new patch when TH and Infi started switching races all the time, he has been doing this forever. Doesn't like the Mirror, exactly as you say, and will be switching to Orc, and he's really strong in that matchup as well, thanks to all that practice. And here we have the man from Peru.
I wonder how that's gonna go, because Hunter is in a wheelchair. There he is, coming from the right side. A little bit of thrombosis. He had a 26-hour flight from Peru because he had to go via Amsterdam, and then he had a lot of practice in the PC bang here, and that didn't go well with his blood circulation. His leg is hurting like crazy, but he said, cut off my leg, man, I want to play. He has Warcraft in his heart and he will do his best.
Alright, before he really gets into the gaming chair, seems like he's gonna share some words with us. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, perhaps informing the public here of what's going on with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't hear it. We don't know if you can hear it. What he has to say.
On the stream now, even in my country.
But yeah, he's just a great guy. So much passion for Warcraft. Same as Danger, the Peruvian or in general South American Warcraft community. Not the most successful, but they are really a big part of the scene by now since the addition of the Americas. Hunter, the winner of the American qualifier, and whatever he said, it did hit the community here in China as well.
Yeah, a very passionate player as well. We noticed this the first time we met him. He has so much love for the game, which he's been playing for so long. And yeah, he didn't stand the best chances when he was here the last time around, the last 2 times around, actually. But he's got this chance to compete on the biggest stage, to, you know, showcase what he can play. And that is by no means weak, by the way. I mentioned this yesterday already. Lawliot, when I had a chance to speak with him, had said, hey, Hunter's actually pretty damn good. Has improved quite a bit as well. But as I said, the results so far don't reflect this yet. With 2 losses here is the man from Peru. Same as Sini. They have, by the way, set up a bit of a special way for him to play here. They're going to have a chair next to the computer where he can put his leg. Would love to know what he was saying.
Ugulainen and Sonic Kuku, they all take great care of him. He went to the hospital quite a few times, of course, couldn't practice as much as he would have loved. We know that we are a little bit quiet. We already told the production to up the volume a little so you can hear us a bit better than you already are.
Yeah. How is a successful WGL going to look for him? What is he aiming for?
Well, I mean, last time he was so unlucky with his semi-final against Infi, where he played so great, and then this unfortunate bug, the mass build bug, caused a regame, and then Infi knew what Hunter was doing and defeated him in the rematch. But winning a match on stage, I can only imagine that this would be a success for him already.
The power build bug, we fortunately don't have that anymore. Something that was eliminated from the game. Seemed to be popping up at that time fairly frequently. Humans don't have to deal with that anymore. They have other things to worry about in the new patch. Of course, it's a new version, guys, in case you aren't aware. Last World Championship, we were still on 1.29, and now we have the big update, 1.30. So many things were changed. And for his race, it seems to be a good patch. Him playing the Night Elf race, of course, going up against Orc. That will be his fate.
It's good for him, I guess. I mean, in South America or in America in general, no undeads, only very, very few humans. I mean, Mackie is there, Furf is there, but that's basically it. And, well, Priest, I guess. But Night Elves and Orcs, they are very strong. He knows the matchup inside out. He defeated them all in America. And Sini is not a top-tier player here from China. Of course, if you see a Chinese flag next to a Warcraft player, you think, oh my god, he must be really great. But Sini actually last place in the qualifier, the last chance, he took it. But he's certainly not in the top 1 or top 2 tiers.
No, I would absolutely agree with that. He is a little bit lower there, has been playing this game for a while, but hasn't found his way to the highest echelons of competition yet. Maybe it's his other matchups holding him back. That's what players, other players always say about Sini, he's really good playing Night Elf against Orc and Orc versus Night Elf, but in the other matchups. Playing as Night Elf, of course, against Human, against Undead, that's where he's really struggling. And we have quite a few good Humans and Undeads in China, putting the thumb on him. But here, it's a good matchup for him, despite not being his main race. Let's take a look at our schedule again.
Indeed. Today, the 4th day of the group stage, the last day of the group stage. We continue on Wednesday with the playoffs. Our schedule for today, we start with Sini versus Hunter. Afterwards, it's time for the Moon. He plays his 3rd match on the stage against our Russian boy Cash, who surprised a lot yesterday, having still great chances for the playoffs here. Focus versus Lawlight, most likely the highlight of the day. Infi versus PCG, and once again Focus later as he plays Sini for the 2nd time. Actually, Sini's birthday today, turning 27.
Oh, really?
What a present for him to be able to play on stage for the first time on his first offline event.
It's pretty cool. Good timing. Is it going to be working out as well with some victories? That is the hope for everybody who steps onto the stage. And of course you want the win, that's what counts for the points, but also just taking a map, you know. You don't want to go out of there empty-handed. You don't want to drop out of this tournament 0-10. That feels really bad. Some people were fearing that for Danger, but that was not the case. Danger, of course, having been in groups A and B in the first 2 days. He did drop out, he didn't win a series, but he got a map and he had some close games, what I was told. We didn't see them, was on the side matches on the side stage.
That's kind of the theme of the tournament, right? The underdogs performing really well, but there's just a little bit missing to take these maps. Maybe experience, maybe patience, maybe the other players don't get nervous. And how nervous will Sini be? First time offline, first time on stage. At the moment, 0-4, but that was against Lawlight and 1-2-0. So not a big surprise, actually, his results. He still has to play Hunter and Hawk and Focus, so his results could certainly improve.
Yeah, very tough start for him. We're going to have a chance to look at Hunter's record, as I said. Same results so far for him. Arguably, with the weaker opponents so far, Focus and Hawk. So after this game, Hunter's matches are not gonna get easier. This is really where he could get that W to bring some pride to Peru. I guess there's already some pride brought to Peru with 2 players here. Let's take a look at the bands. We have Echo, LR, and Twisted remaining.
Ooh.
First time we see Twisted.
Indeed, and it is the first map here as well in this Night Elf versus Orc. We have seen Twisted in the opening match, but that was a rather fast one with Lin versus Neutron, where Lin played a little burrow rush against the Russian Night Elf. So, Sini, what's his take? It's, does Hunter know that he switches races? I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I mean, he must. Everybody knows this in the community. It's not like Sini is like Infi or TH, where he's switching it up every now and then, keeping the opponent on his toes. No, he's always playing Orc. And of course, before the vetoing process, you must announce your race. You cannot switch it in between or after the vetoes. So Hunter must know. And yet, Twisted Meadows used to be a super hard Night Elf map. I guess nowadays with the Keeper it's better, but it's still not easy.
It's a good Huntress map as well, and Hunter, as the name suggests, is a great Huntress player. We do have some results from the other games already. 1-2-0 in Lawlight, toe-to-toe, 1-1, and Focus versus Hawk as well. The Russian equalized in map number 2. But we go on to map number 1. We are a little bit late due to production issues here on stage. It's Sini versus Hunter, the underdogs of Group D.
Here we go. Haven't seen this map, as we said, too much just yet. And there it is, Sini in the top left. Switching races, as always, in this matchup. Gonna be grabbing up the Orcs. In the past, it was always supposed to be and would have always been Blade Master. In the new patch, not necessarily the case. We see Farseers, we even see Shadow Hunters. Very rare on this map, though. Shadow Hunter usually gonna be always played when there's a Lightning Shield creep possible. That is not doable here on this very map. Normally, I'd say nowadays the most reliable or most easily expected opening from the Night Elves will be Huntresses right away, but no Hunter is going for an Ancient of War creep immediately And that is looking to be pretty risky already.
Okay, interesting stuff, but he can get mercenaries afterwards, and that will be a great addition to the Night Elf army. Hunter, as we said, from Peru, representing Clan Rage, 29 years old, his second WGL attendance after losing to Infi and Chimiko last time. 63% versus Orc, that is a pretty solid win rate that he has. These players are facing each other for the very first time, so no track record on that. And you said before, like, Sini's games against Night Elf are very good, but his win rate only 46%. I mean, he's playing the best players in the world on the Chinese NetEase qualifiers a lot, so that may lower his win rate here a little, while Hunter is mostly playing the American players who are not top tier, and that may boost his win rate a little, but certainly a good indicator for Hunter so far.
Alright, I was saying perhaps this could be a Farseer game, but no, it is a Blade Master instead. And very understandable considering the starting positions. Sini a little bit lucky here. He gets to the position where he can pull off the Rock Golem creep the easiest with a little shop or barracks block trick. We're gonna get a chance to see that in a moment here, I'm sure. Of course, it is the Keeper of the Grove. We have not seen a single other first hero for Night Elves in a single game, if I'm not mistaken, so far.
Absolutely. The Night Elves are tearing it up here. In maps, they are 33-21. That's a 61% win rate. In series, 56%. The Orcs are the surprise, though, of this tournament. And Sini with the lucky starting position, as you said, the Golem will be taken out here. So that buys some time for Hunter. The Orcs, yeah, everybody was said, well, Orcs is so weird. They're suffering so much from the Night Elves, but they are above 50% as well. In series, even 60% win rate in this tournament. And that could favor Sini. Tier 2 tech on the way.
Favoring Hunter here could perhaps be the item that he just found, which was a Scroll of the Beast. If he tries to go for heavy tier 1 pressure with Huntresses, if you throw in a Scroll of the Beast right there before the spell is available, that can be a deadly amount of amplified damage, of increased damage, I guess I should rather say. Blade and the Keeper meet in the middle of the map thanks to this nice creep camp that the Ancient of War took. The Mercs, he's got the mercenary support and that level 2. And could with that already look for some peon harassment, exposing his main base kind of perhaps, should the Blade Master return the favor of economy harassment. But instead Sini decides to go home and wants to protect his own peons as much as he can.
Yeah, against the Keeper of the Grove, you have to be there, you have to stop him fast. It is Treants, and is there a follow-up with an Entangle? Maybe the Keeper is stuck here, but no. So a little bit of harass going on, a little distraction. The Zombie Mask on the Blade Master, I like it a lot, actually. More mana for Windwalk, more control, more coverage of the map. Of course, more vision as you're faster. And there's a little grunt harassing the Huntress Tower, but that should be fine. It's just one grunt, not too much damage. The Treants didn't do too much, and Hunter is leaving Sini's base without a single peon kill.
He did get the single one. There was one corpse on the ground, but that's okay. One peon dying, considering that the Keeper ran across the entirety of the map, got only 25 experience for it, and expended most of his mana pool. I think that's fine. But also with that move, Hunter kept his own economy safe, as he in fact didn't lose any wisps.
The Observer showed it here. Hunter is supply stuck, can't go for any unit at the moment, but he can kill one. The grunt falls, and that's big experience for the Keeper of the Grove, level 2.5, as we see on our beautiful UI in the upper right. Tech is at 70%. Moonwell is coming now, so he has to be careful. Here's the Speed Scroll and the Windwalk. Can Sini block him a little, or does he have to force the Town Portal? The Archer could block the Blade Master, but there is, thanks to the Zombie Mask, another Windwalk. Sini is still chasing. Town Portal for Hunter coming in. He needs to refresh at the Moonwells immediately. Does so. And is back to full health, but that cost his entire moon juice, and since he forgot the Moonwell, he's not using the nighttime on the third supply-giving building, and therefore no mana regen on the third Moonwell.
Yeah, exactly. Still supply stack. This is really taking a while. Wants to go for the Alchemist second, of course. We're going to switch into first person. Who do we have? We have Sini. Losing that grunt seemed a bit unnecessary. Oh, detonate. Now he's out of mana. Now he can get entangled, surrounded perhaps. Only level 1 entangle. Is it going to be good enough? Yes! He gets the surround. That's a hero kill. And with that, Sini is going to be hard-pressed to do anything on this map.
Oh, great timing, because the Shadow Hunter or whatever is in the altar, and he can't rebuy the Blade Master immediately. He has to wait until the second hero is finished. And this is usually the time on Twisted Meadows where the Blade Master is roaming around and trying to stop the Night Elf from creeping. This is not gonna happen at all here. Hunter with a lot of mercenaries now, strong 35 supply army, and Sini at the moment has basically nothing, but what a risk Hunter is taking here, getting the second consumable out of this rock golem and access to the second mercenary camp. It pays off as he has the time thanks to the hero kill.
Great early game here for Hunter. That Wisp move, that was so smart. Blade Master was like, yeah, can be a little bit annoying, you know, I have the Windwalk mana, everything's fine, I'm going to distract. But Hunter, one step ahead, takes him out. Now he has Merc Camp access there as well, he has level 3, and don't forget about that Scroll of the Beast. This army buffed up with a roar. Oh, the Blade Master coming back. Gonna get entangled right away. He's still revealed. And
he
the
has
scroll.
An owl, right? Does he have the owl still? Oh, he doesn't even need it. Blade Master dies for the second time. Level 2 for the Alchemist immediately. The owl is up. Shop is coming as well. And here is Hunter with the Scroll of the Beast pushing into the main. And how many times have we seen Night Elves do this, especially before patch 1.3? Burrow is down. Sini supply stuck. Hunter on the way to his first win at the Gold League.
Hell yeah, Peru. It seems to be getting a victory here under their belt. It's looking horrible for Sini right now. Like, what can he even do? The Shadow Hunter with the Grunts is coming in with the Scroll of Speed. He's gonna get the Archer here, but he's gonna lose all of his burrows. Is Hunter gonna stay in here, or is he gonna evacuate and be satisfied with this? Transfers the healing potion and is gonna get away out of this base. Only losing a single Archer so far. He even has a shop in the back. Wow. Something rare to see, usually seen from the Orc players. And with a Dispel from the Detonate as well against the Berserker, saving that one for a little while at least. Losing it in the end as level 2 for the Blade Master, but he can kill more of these Grunts.
Spirit Link is coming in. He's going for the Blade Master again. Could this be the third hero kill in just 2 minutes? He's not reaching for the Entangle. Little mistake by Hunter there. He had the staff ready, didn't use it on the Berserker. Now he does a little too late. Double Engine of War Huntress. The pressure intensifies, and he's once again supply stuck though. There's another Moonwell missing. Otherwise he could just run away with the supply or with Army now. But what does Army do if you don't have heroes? Sini has to ask the question for him. He gets a potion, and so this Blade Master stays alive for now. But in the meantime, the bouncing glaives are kicking in. Everything is super low for the Orc.
For the Night Elf, also kind of though. Archer low, Keeper low, Shadow Priest low. But it seems like Sini is going to be the first one to take massive losses over here. Entangle again, and that would have been the death. That's the GG, and the map win for Hunter.
Indeed. His leg might be hurting, but his fingers and his arms, and especially his mind, is on point here at the Gold League. Peru takes the map. China down, and this could be the second series that Europe or the Western scene wins on the big stage. You talked about pressure a little. Do you know who's under pressure? It's 1-2-0 because he lost the match against his teammate. Lawliot defeats him after being down 1-0. Started the comeback 2-1 now. Lawliot undefeated in the group stage, and the Necromancer, the Undead King, is facing elimination.
Yeah, with 2 losses, you can still get through, but you have to be lucky. It's looking to be, at the moment, like no Undeads in the playoffs, unless something surprising happens. Sini, that game, reflecting back on it, he just got outplayed everywhere, didn't he?
Absolutely. Once the Alchemist was there, and here it is, the play of the game. Detonate against the Blade Master, no mana for Windwalk anymore, and immediately the surround after the Entangle. Acid Bomb kicks in as well to give him more damage as the armor is reduced. This Wisp, what a hero.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if we see this tomorrow in the highlight clips in our top 5. And then going for the Merc Camp, for the opposing Merc Camp, getting to the level 3, shop in the back, and continuous pressure. That was some blood in the water shark kind of aggression that I'm not expecting from a player like Hunter. If this was Sonic, I'm like, all right, let's go to the base. But all lined up so perfectly. He gets the hero kill, he has the scroll, he gets the level 3, moves over. Great play by Hunter.
Absolutely. He has to back it up, though. We have seen a few good map wins from our Western players and good performances, but only Foggy was able to take the win here. Sini, what does it do now with him on his birthday, losing to a Peruvian player? What does the Chinese community say? They are rather harsh,
yes.
I might say.
Yeah, that's true. You know, in the Western scene we say, oh my god, Reddit can be so toxic sometimes. When you look at what's going on the Chinese boards, we're being treated like in a kindergarten. They can be absolutely ruthless. Yes, he wants to get at least a map here. He wants to get the victory, obviously. But imagine if he loses the next one, it'll be 0-6 for him. The opposite of Moon. on his birthday of all days.
I mean, he can still win a few matches later. He will be facing Hawk and Focus also on the stage, but that's going to be really, really, really tough.
All right. Time to wipe that game from your mind. You had a game plan, of course. It didn't work out. But we're going to have 2 more maps possibly to play. We have Echo Isles and Last Refuge remaining. Don't exactly remember his pick. Probably Echo Isles, I guess.
The other game, by the way, Hawk versus Focus is still 1-1. If Hawk wins this, what a big win this would be, because Lawlight and Focus will play each other later today. One of them will suffer a defeat. And if Hawk beats Focus in the direct comparison, and then Lawlight beats Focus, then it could be Hawk in the playoffs. He still has to play 1-2-0. That's going to be super tough. But man, I hope Hawk can follow up the great performance of yesterday and get a win this time.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one time to beat 1-0, it might be right now.
Absolutely.
Hawk seems to be on fire. And 1-0, he's not playing bad, but he's not playing, you know, world champion level at the moment, as it seems.
Okay, once again, there might be some issues. We have had a few bugs with keyboards and sounds thus far in this tournament. Gives us a little time in between the breaks to talk about it. The first South American, or American in general, win at a Gold League is close. What does it... Yeah, Sini, I mean, he has the time now. I think he would have loved to immediately start the next game to wash this defeat off. But now he's thinking about it. What happened there? What can I do? What is this guy from Peru doing to me?
And this situations like these test a player. What's his mental resolve like, you know? Is he going to be able to gather his thoughts, or is he like dwelling in his defeat? Hopefully not. That doesn't bode well for him. I'm so impressed with Hunter. Again, I know I keep saying this, but not only did he play super well right there, the last couple of days he was barely able to practice. His leg was hurting like crazy. He was only getting in a few matches here and there. He was just practicing on stage, by the way, in the minutes leading up to this one. A little bit of ladder to warm up. But that looked super crisp from beginning to end.
Yeah, everybody is talking well about Hunter. I mean, from day one on, right? We arrived a little later than the players, so they had some time in the internet cafes and the PC banks here already to test the waters. And the first thing that Lawlight said to us, man, this Hunter, this is pretty impressive what he plays, especially in mirror. This is not a mirror. Sini dodged that mirror, but seems to have a good plan also against Orc. And these mercenaries, they did a great job here. I mean, it was risky if the Blade Master harasses that spot and steals the big rock golem. And then your game can end in like less than 5 minutes, but he took that risk, and that's what you have to do on the greatest stage of them all.
That's a fair point. That's right. Absolutely true. It was a risk. If a Blade shows up there, perhaps with a grunt, it's like, oh, but damn. Not the opening you're looking for. But Orc Scouts are still pretty rare. Sometimes we see a peon moving out, but normally they're a little more greedy. They keep the peons in the main. They don't know where their opponent is for a long time. They want to tech quickly. And that rock golem, you know, it's a very juicy camp to go for. If you get a Tome of Experience right there, if you're that lucky, you get level 2 right away, plus a big item. But it's very rare that that happens, it feels like. And when you consider that, it's not even the best camp. It doesn't even give you level 2 to start with.
You remember Sini's map pick. What's the map that we will see now?
I don't know which one he picked. It's going to be Echo or LR.
Okay.
I imagine
Could
LR?
Both,
Echo?
actually.
Could be both, yeah.
Very balanced maps here. Good addition. And here we have it. Echo Isles it is. Sini's map choice in the second map against Hunter. Will Sini go 0-6? Will Hunter score the first win for Peru, for South America, for the entirety of the American continents?
Right now in Peru. What time is it? It's pretty late, right? But I'm sure a lot of people are watching from Peru, cheering on for Hunter. He is only one step away from achieving a milestone for him, right? He hasn't been able to do this yet, and now only one single map away, and it's going to be Echo Isles. In we go, towards the left. We have the Peruvian Hunter, such a nice guy. Unfortunately, just bad luck seems to follow in his wake wherever he goes, whenever it is. But he defies the bad fate that is dealt to him with the first win now, and only one more map away from getting that beautiful victory under his belt.
Absolutely. Normal opening for Sini with an Alta and the Barracks. This points towards the Blade Master, and for good reason, because there are 10 claws of attack on this map. If you creep well, you can pimp up your Blade Master quite heavily. Hunter with a passive opening with the Ancient of War towards the little green camp in the north. Not going for the mercenary this time, not exposing his base to some kind of cheese that the orcs started to throw at the Night Elves. Burrow rushes, tower rushes. We've seen everything.
Yep. Hero a couple of seconds late, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Keeper it is, of course. I like that he's taking a safer approach here. On Twisted Meadows, taking a risk isn't as risky, I guess I could say, because it's 4 spawning positions. That the Orc scouts you in the first place is rather unlikely. Here, of course, Sini's gonna know where his opponent is. And, for a very specific reason, I like this passive play, because you know who started playing aggressively against Night Elf? Lin. And whatever he does, every Orc is copying. Now, Sini isn't exactly an Orc, but he's playing this matchup as Orc. Looks like, though, he's not going to be super aggressive. We don't have the speed scroll move over. He's going to go for those claws. And of those, of course, as you guys know, you can find plenty on Echo Isles. I do have unfortunate news for the European community. Focus has defeated Hawk 2-1. The 2 Koreans, Lolite and Focus, head-to-head, 3-0, both of them. And they will meet in the 3rd match on the main stage, most likely to determine the winner of the group. But none of them is supposed to slip, I guess. We'll see and do the math in the break and focus on this game before Keeper of the Grove starts creeping up towards level 2 to have Entangle. And yeah, he starts with Treants first. That means he can't disable the Blade Master if he comes over for the harass right away. But Sini takes a different approach, as it seems. Ah, no, he sells the Town Portal, has the first claw, and 6 selves. This means a lot of trouble for Hunter. The nice thing here about this creep route for the Night Elf is you can summon another set of Treants and then go for the green camp along with the Archer, and that will give him level 2. He did summon, as I said, those Treants, so now he's pretty low mana, costs 100. The Force of Nature was, of course, buffed a little while ago, used to be 125, and weaker as well. Was always cried out for that this is one of the worst spells in the game. No longer the case. Treant's pretty good with the all-round strong early game package that Night Elf has nowadays. What is coming here in the early game? We have a Hunter's Hall and a lot of resources for Hunter. Could tech, could go for an Expo, could just go for another Ancient of War, but for the time being, he's saving a lot of this gold.
And the burrows are far away, the Entangle as well. He gets the first kill. Question is there a follow-up? Doesn't seem like the burrow is still in range to protect the peon line. But he can't really... Okay, now he can hide the peons in the second burrow that has finished. Not too much damage again dealt to Sini, not too much experience gained. But it's okay. He distracts the Blade Master, keeps him from creeping, and there's an expansion for Hunter with Hunter's follow-up.
Okay, not too early. Not like the Foggy Moon ultra early expo. Aside from the expansion, the very same opening that Hunter is going for level 2, then moving across, killing 1 peon, satisfied with that, will be leaving and be sipping at the Moonwells in a moment again. The Grunt sees the expansion right here, and that should be a cancel with the Blade Master hot on his tail. With those claws, it's going to be a nice help as well. And yeah, this should certainly be a cancel.
With the Grunt there as well, we see it a lot in the matchup against Human, how powerful a Blade Master and a Grunt are. But against Human, you don't have Entangle. He disables this Grunt and will kill it. So basically the same as he did on Twisted. No deny by Sini. Hunter is supply stuck with this, by the way. Was kind of relying on this Tree of Life to finish. That gives him 10 supply. But now, late Moonwell in the base again. Yeah. And Sini's tech this time is better. The Blade Master is still alive, and looks good for the Chinese so far.
Forgetting about that Moonwell again, that really hurts. It's not like he would have had this Tree of Life up in time to provide the supply. It would have still been a long time, so yeah, he just forgot about it, unfortunately. Shadow coming along with the Torrent Totem and the Bestiary. Peons are blocking the way here. There we go, finally.
Yeah, you know, the old... tech stuff from Warcraft 3 sometimes hinders you from building the buildings exactly where you want to, because the workers are pretty productive and want to bring their stuff back to the main hall. But alright, no Keeper of the Grove, second attempt to expand here. Did he tech behind that?
I'm pretty sure he did. Almost 100%. Had quite a few resources being supply stuck and all, of course.
Correct.
Can Blade Master cancel this again? It's... I don't think it's possible. Double ring here, not exactly what the keeper wanted. Will help him, potentially, when he gets focused, but probably would have liked intelligence or right-click damage more. But he's getting to level 3. This camp will be his level up for most likely level 2 entangling roots. And the tech is almost finished, right?
Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be Alchemist time in a moment as well.
Serpent wards first for Sini, speeds up the creeping, and are of course fantastic against Huntresses because they have piercing damage. Huntresses have are unarmored, and that gives you extra damage. But also the normal damage not too bad from the Huntress. It's gonna be an interesting fight. And will he be able to kill something again with the Alchemist? That's gonna be a super strong timing for Hunter once the tier 2 is done. And once he gets the second hero, this is a lot of mana used on the Serpent wards. Blade Master now at the expansion again. Is the damage enough? Hunter is there with the Entangle, denies the damage, and this means that this Tree of Life should be ready. Can he reach for another Entangle? He has the vision. Uh-oh! Trying to staff out. Is the damage enough? The Acid Bomb is lacking! Gets away with 35.
That was pretty damn close. If the Alchemist had been there, that would have been a kill. Oh, Hunter is supply blocked again. But I guess the Tree of Life should be finishing kind of soon. Is it in time, though? We have Wind Riders coming in.
Lots of piercing damage now in Sini's army. And not too much anti-air from Hunter. I mean, he will add the Keeper, the little kobold on the Ogre's back. Can throw the bottles at the Wyvern in the air. But apart from that, lots of ground damage, but almost no archer.
I'm surprised he's not going for the Mercamp here, Hunter. With the mercenary support, especially the Berserker, that would help him out a lot. Of course, he hasn't seen the Wind Riders yet. Alchemist in the middle, I think, spotted the Orc army. Hex now can find quite a few kills, potentially, especially if he follows it up with a Scroll of Speed. I love the Shadow Priest, by the way. With that, he's going to have 2 dispels at least.
The Blade Master, though, is only level 1, not the strongest, and he sees the peons. 3 kills for Hunter. Nice positioning here, but now he sees the Wyvern.
It's going to be Acid Bomb first, of course, but with Spirit Link, it's not at all easy to take these guys out. There's Wisps here as well for the spell. Again, I like that a lot. Here comes the first one.
Didn't hit the Wyvern, though. The Spirit Link is still up. Going for the hero once again. Is Hunter here the little one-trick pony? Doesn't work this time, though.
I don't think Hunter should engage this, really. Loses 1 Huntress here, nothing more so far. But the Alchemist is looking pretty damn vulnerable. 1 Hex.
Oh, there might be a Hex indeed. Tier 2 is done, but yeah, this is the kill on the Alchemist. Sini is back in this series. Hunter's still trying to fight against this, but how? He needs a lot of archers, and he needs to help his expansion because that thing is going to fall.
Yeah, I think not going for the Mercamp was really a big mistake. I can understand him moving across, trying to intercept, trying to delay for his expo, but what's he gonna do about these Wind Riders? I still wonder. Blade Master is pretty damn underwhelming. Level 1 still only. He just killed a hero, but it was a level 1 hero. Doesn't give that much experience and doesn't take long to get back either.
Sini is giving Hunter the time, is not attacking this, rather focuses on creeping. The gold mine is now saturated. He still has 2 Engines of War, but is supply stack with 50, almost 50 supply Hunters. He adds a few archers now, 4 more anti-air.
Still doesn't make Moonwells. Just continues to forget about those Moonwells. I think that's also what the Observer was trying to show us in the main.
And now comes the push against the Expo. This should be enough. But it is only Wyvern piercing damage. They're great against units, but against buildings, not so much.
Hunter wants to engage this sooner rather than later, because the more stasis, Serpent Wards, excuse me, are set up here, the more dangerous and difficult it is going to be. Has to start repairing here. Hunter, repair coming in really late. I'm not sure if it's in time. Seems to be, though. Scroll of the Protection coming in. Doesn't get dispelled. Seems like the walkers may not have enough mana. Level 2 finally for this Blade Master. Heal Scroll coming in for Sini pretty early. There is Spirit Link on these Wind Riders, but one of them is gonna die. No saving that one. The archers are trying to take out the air and seems to be working pretty well so far. Also, the SH in trouble. He's getting entangled and also killed right here. Third hero, level 3 hero, of course, down. But still a sturdy force remaining.
Oh, and there's a snare now going for the Alchemist. Will he die for the second time? Looks like he can save him. Hero focus by Sini now. The end snare cooldown is ticking down. There's a lot of armor on this Keeper of the Grove. Doing a sidestep. Entangle on the peon.
Doesn't want to have to deal with towers. This will have to be a TP probably.
Yes.
How much can he save?
Looks like everything, right?
Yep.
But now floodgates are open. Sini again attacking the expansion, and this time there's a Raider with siege damage and still a good amount of grunts. Can Hunter recover in time? As you said, not too many Moonwills, not too much healing.
Forgot about the shop as well.
No TP at the moment. The Expo falls.
Hunter's macro is losing him this game. Had he had Moonwells earlier, with 60 supply and a shop, he would have held that 100%.
Going to the middle now, but everything is hurt. He has to use the heal spray. That means, of course, shop control by Sini as well. Only one chance to grab heal scroll and invul potions. And Sini has them now with 50 supply. He should have the resources. Hunter investing again into the third tree of life. But the big consumable goes to the Peruvian.
Some healing would be very welcome. Not gonna be fortunate enough to find that. The one of mana stealing it is instead. Level 4 for the Keeper.
Level 2 Treants now, great, since Sini is going for a Raider transition for quite some time. And the Treants, of course, provide great damage against. And there's not too much Dispel in this army.
Yeah. Oh, forgetting about the Walker here. Yeah, and Hunter is going super hard into Archers, expecting more Wind Riders.
Yeah.
But that's just not the case.
Needs more Hunters now, or Glaive Throwers or whatever. Well, Glaive Throwers against the remaining Wyvern, not the greatest thing. But you know, there is still damage with Archers and Acid Bomb. It doesn't really matter what you throw at something that is Acid Bombed, it always hurts.
We got caught a glimpse of the rings there as well. Hunter, he's the one who seems to be flustered after game number 1, where it should rather be Sini. Quite a few mistakes finding their way into Hunter's game. The Rings of Protection should be on the Alchemist, one of them at least. The shop was missing, the Moonwells were missing, macro wasn't on point. Don't want to be too critical, but Hunter looked much stronger in game number 1.
Yeah, Sini is not without mistakes either. This is the big stage, this is the light, this is the audience in front of you. Maybe you can't focus 100%. Sini pushing the base now. Hunter went into upkeep, might help him a little. The Shadow Hunter is back for Sini, and so are the Serpent Wards and the Hex, but no heal on that Shadow Hunter.
Pretty impatient play by Sini though, right? Why is he forcing the issue here? He should have the stronger army. He could just creep up the map. He's got some pretty nice inventory though. Mana potion, shop in the back. Okay, this is an all-out siege.
Here comes the shop in the back as well. The Engine of War uprooted, has to help. No production at the moment, and there's still so much damage on Sini's side. Everything is falling already for Hunter in the front line. There is a big backline, but it's only Archers. Lots of range, but not too much damage. The Mauler coming from the mercenary camp has been focused immediately and sniped, but Sini is losing quite some units if he's not careful. Shadow Hunter again, trying to aim for the surround. The tree is not blocking in that regard. The Hunters are fast. Can he go for it again? He's not reaching for another entangle, and Sini set up a little bit of a trap to get some free damage onto those hurt Hunters, but not getting the kills. Still 10 supply gone for Hunter, and I think Sini didn't lose anything.
Not too much, certainly, but it was also time for the expansion, which is going to start mining here soon again. Did he lose the second Ancient of War as well? He certainly lost the one, so he's remaking one Ancient of War at the expansion. Production now for Hunter, not too easy to come by, but gold will be flowing soon enough again.
I like that Sini has still a lot of walkers. That is, of course, a lot of Dispel, a lot of Spirit Link, but something we don't really mention that much, their right clicks hurt as well, with magic damage. Not the greatest against Archers, but certainly against Huntress and whatever.
Yep.
Almost as much damage as a Destroyer without mana.
Speaking of walkers, by the way, what Hunter did really nicely, which we've been seeing more and more in this tournament, the Wisp detonates. He sent out a lot of them, I think it was 4 or 5, and hit them pretty well. So that meant that there was very little disenchants left. And when you don't have Dispel against the Keeper, it's not a good sign. He's continuing to creep, gonna reach level 4 for the SH soon. And in this case, with this skill build... No, wait. He has Hex. Okay, never mind. So then it's not that great.
Protection Scroll again. We've seen one before. Is this enough? Supply-wise, they're toe-to-toe. For Ensnare kills the first one. Now you can see the damage of the walkers. As I said, a lot of dispel in this army, so the Treants won't really do too much, but feed. Level 4 on the Shadow Hunter it is now. Scroll protection being used. There's going to be acid bomb, so more armor for Hunter, less armor for Sini. Will this win the game for the Peruvian? Nice dispel again, but it can't save the Raider. Only one Ensnare, or two Ensnares in this army.
And there should be more entangles. The Keeper of the Grove and mana. An intelligence hero has plenty of mana. There's another one. Quick dispel though. Saves that Raider. The Grunt may not be as lucky. I was thinking, this is maybe a bit of an ambitious and impatient push by Hunter, but it seems like he was definitely in fighting shape. And now he's going to get the Merc Camp support as well.
Exactly, man. He will be at 55 supply. The Expo's up again, but he's missing the Wisps. There we go. At least 3. And, okay, he recognized it now.
Hunter really has to work on his macro. I'm sorry, but there's quite a few errors here to be found. But it's okay. He's still looking to be in a fine position. He's still got that Expo. He's still got that big army. But it's still a tier 1 army. Well, I guess you could say it's got tier 2 upgrades. Speaking of upgrades, I would love to know what they are on these Huntresses. Is he going to click on it? For heroes first, he has the Invul. He had shop control there once again. And a couple of free kills here. One at least. Level 4 for the Blade Master. And Sini is even in terms of supply right now with this.
Even ahead. And one production building has fallen as well. No immediate reinforcements from the base. He has to send them over from the Expo to the main. That's going to cost some time. Level 4.5 Keeper Acid Bomb was big, cancelling the Clarity as well. But the Serpent Wards now are massive.
In will pop very early in this battle. Once again, the Wisps coming in for the Detonate, hitting 2 of those walkers at least, was the one Wisp, and more are coming. I really like that from Hunter, realizing the importance of the mana to have that dispel. Okay. Wasn't quite looking at that one. And Sini with quite the supply lead now.
Yep, Hunter is catching up, but that will take, as I said, some time, and he will be supply stuck after this Moonwell falls. He takes care of the Serpent Wards now, but that is all damage that is not going into Sini's army. Acid Bomb once more. Would love to have level 4, of course. Both heroes for Sini are level 4. Level 2 Serpent Wards and level 2 Hex.
Once the SH runs out of mana, how bad is that going to be? How bad is it going to be for the Alchemist here? Might be getting focused, but there's only two Ensnares, excuse me.
Still no rings on the Alchemist, by the way. That hurts so much.
Yeah. And man, this is such a beefy army now. So hard to chew through. These heroes have also become super damn strong, and the archers, they have been buffed, but they're still fairly squishy. Alchemist now in deep trouble, and he is not going to be making it out alive. It's so close, but a few more right clicks. Send him to the grave. What about the Blade Master? Can he get the return kill? Maybe that gets him back into this game. A couple more right clicks, and he gets him. That's almost level 5 for this Keeper as well, but now he's the next one on the chopping block. There's more Entangle here to use. More Ensnare as well. I don't know if he's going to be getting out of this one. He's tanky with the rings, but not tanky enough. He dies. Gets the SH to level 5, and now we have 6 Serpent Wards.
Can he somehow go to the tavern and get the heroes back? 30 supply, 1,000 gold for Hunter, but Sini is pushing forward. He still gets a lot of World Cups but can't use it. The level 5 Keeper could be a turnaround in the absence of a Blade Master. And there shouldn't be too much mana anymore on the walkers, right? Hunter's not going to the tavern. He's not reviving the heroes yet. Again, the macro is slipping a bit. His ideas in the fights are great. The fighting execution is great as well. But almost everything else is lackluster. Okay, now he's at the tavern. Does he buy both back? That would be super expensive. And he's losing his tree in the meantime. Once again, the repair is too late. He's repairing with so much. Lots of Ensnares. Prevent that repair, and down goes the main.
Once again, supply stuck his Hunter. Seems like we've seen this a lot throughout this entire series. Keeper is coming back here to defend, but he has no mana at the moment. No shop to get mana either, and he can't really go to the Moonwells. Or can he? There's 2 in the back. Maybe they can do something for him. He's going to sip from them. Has 1 entangle now at least, but that is not all that much.
Also, the shop is gone, so no clarities for him. The power of those heroes, of course, reliant on mana, and that is what he does not have. At least he has another gold mine. At least he has some income. At least he can try. Hunter is not giving this game up. No kill here, but he gets the shop in the middle. That's fine.
All right, Hunter has bought a bit of time for himself.
Wow, the Shadow Hunter's level 5 3/4. I didn't see that yet. Close to Big Bad Voodoo.
Yeah. Well, one of the other spells also scale very well. Now he has to use gold mine wisps to make Moonwells.
Well, he had enough gold.
Yeah, that's true, but now he's kind of low, and he's going to have low income as well. Yeah. those rings, man. Somebody has to tell them that they're pretty good in the Alchemist. Also, Claws probably should be on the Keeper of the Grove. Without Chemical Rage, it's not like the Alchemist has fast attack speed at all.
The Blade Master steals the heal scroll. That was one of the most the most important item that he could have gotten here. No Owl anymore. I think he used that already on the one remaining Huntress. And here comes Sini. He wants this kill. He wants this game. He wants the revenge for Twisted Meadows. Invo Potion saves the Keeper for now. Acid Bomb has been applied, but the heal wave stands against it.
Yeah, these heroes are so damn strong right now. They could probably win this by themselves, perhaps. As long as there's not too much mana on the Night Elf side, I guess. Alchemist in the front line, he does not have an invul, and he's going to be finding a quick wave to the grave once again. Completely surrounded. Do we see Big Bad Voodoo here? No, we don't. The GG, though, being called, and Sini gets a map win on the big stage as well.
Exactly. The birthday boy with his first map win in a Gold Series match. There were a lot of mistakes in this game, we gotta admit. Hunter not playing to the fullest, not fulfilling his full potential. Maybe it was this win coming closer that got him nervous. Can't allow that for the second time.
Yeah. It really looked like he was getting nervous, right?
Yes.
Compare game number 1 and game number 2, it looked completely different.
Got a hero kill as well, but only one on the Shadow Hunter. This time he couldn't stop the Blade Master immediately.
Yeah, and the timing is there as well. He held the expansion at one point, and then he moves across the map with a kind of small tier 1 army, when he could just be massing instead, could be getting mercs behind, could be getting scrolls behind, could be getting upgrades. Impatient play there. I don't know if it was what broke his neck in the end. They were, yeah, as you said. Unfortunately, quite a few flaws in that game. Hunter has to improve here on his last performance.
On his hometown now, though, the map that he picked is Last Refuge. So Sini wins the map that he chose. Hunter had the neutral win in game number 1. So if he feels more comfortable on Last Refuge, which he should be, otherwise he wouldn't have taken it, and if he can get back to his full potential, then the win can be his. Because Sini is not without mistakes either. There was a little opening for Hunter even in this second game. This man is not unbeatable.
I wonder which one of the different styles Hunter's going to go for now. He showed really dangerous aggression on map number 1. Map number 2, he went more the Moon and Foggy approach with the expansion attempt. Perhaps aggression suits him more. Last Refuge, by no means a bad map for that. You can go for the Alchemist, creep up the Merchants. Level 3, not too hard to attain either. But we've seen plenty of expansions here as well, especially by Moon and Foggy. Super early on. We're getting ready here to load into the game very shortly. Seems like battling with some technical difficulties once again. Yeah, the Keeper, how much is he going to get done early? And looking forward in this tournament, are we going to see somebody else, somebody other than the Keeper one time?
Hunter played a lot of Demon Hunter, but it suits his playstyle so much with the Hunters. He played them when they were not buffed as well, so that goes for the entirety of America, I think. North America, South America, it doesn't really matter who you ask. Long Walk, OC, Hunter, all the other Peruvian Night Elves. It's their thing.
Yep.
The continent is in love with the Hunters.
And the Keeper. And it's understandable. For years and years, Night Elf had to be fearful of the early game. Militia pushes, Ghoul pushes, Grunts and Blade Masters in your base, and you had to hold on, and hope that the Demon can carry you. But this patch, with the Keeper being buffed, with the Entangle being such a powerful early game weapon, along with Treants, it's all changed. The Night Elf seem to be in charge in this patch so far. Can he get the victory now against his opponent? Playing the Orcs here is Sini, of course. Still, we're going to stick with the races. Game number 3, Last Refuge. We're going to have a decision on this map.
Who will get the first series win in their career at the Gold League? Either Sini from China spawning in the bottom left, or Hunter from Peru, once again with a safe Engine of War creep, the only possible one, I guess, on this map for Night Elves in this matchup.
Yes, like a couple of weeks / months ago, we saw some really crazy stuff at the Knolls, like in the middle of the map, behind the Merchants kind of deal. But yeah, it is not safe. It is risky. So you go for the green one, you move on from there. And that's the really nice thing about the Keeper among many others. You're not relying on the Ancient of War creep, which usually you used to be it Warden or Demon Hunter. You had to go for those Ancients of War or had to use them to creep, otherwise you would be taking too much damage. Hero here is gonna remain the Blade Master. We have seen no deviation from Sini in this series. And here we have the update that we were talking about earlier already. Focus, yeah, taking out Hawk. And with that, Hawk in dire straits to make it out of the group.
Yeah, I wonder if Hawk and 120 are already eliminated, or if there's a mathematical possibility that Lawlight or Focus could still go down.
Yeah, we're gonna crunch the numbers on that in the break when we have time to figure that out ourselves, or perhaps ask somebody who's a little bit smarter than us, maybe.
So it's once again Blade Master versus Keeper, right? Have we seen it yet? I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so no Fastia, no Shadow Hunter tactics, no Demon Hunter, even though it was the big love for Hunters for many, many years. And for the Night Elves, of course. But nah, new love gets all the attraction. And there he is. It's a Hunter's Hall already, right?
I think it's the 21 supply trick, isn't it?
No, he isn't at 21. And the building is still in progress.
Yeah, but if you cancel it and it is the shop, then it would be 21. But yeah, he should have been canceling it by now.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a super early Hunter's Hall indeed.
Okay, interesting.
Blade Master very aggressive here. Oh, but he's hoping that there's Treants first, so he can be freely moving around. But I don't think it's Treants. We didn't see him.
Yeah.
So it should be Entangle here. And that could maybe... Oh, no, never mind the other Treants. Okay.
Haven't seen them either on the first spot, though. And that means, again, no control. Blade Master can basically do whatever he wants. Hunter is not looking for it, not scanning. And this is a big kill for Sini with the gauntlets. Oh, unlucky and snare. The Murlocs are helping the Chinese Orc, and he gets the second kill here.
Wow, great opening with this for Sini. Keeper still stuck on level 1. May not even get level 2 from the spot if the last hitting stealing continues. Not looking good for Peru right now.
Yeah, some kind of friendship between the Murlocs and the Orcs. They say to each other, okay, you use Ensnare, I use Ensnare, let's be friends.
We got so much in common, you and I. And the Blade Master gets to level 2 before the Keeper. That's never supposed to happen, but it seems like with that, at least he is gonna... Oh, he still doesn't have it.
Not enough. He needs one of the little trolls here at the other green camp.
Oh, that's...
But there's a Watcher Ward as well for Sini, checking for expansions. And Hunter lost his expansion 3 times on map number 2. Hunters are coming now, though, but slowly.
What? Can he creep this? Not really.
He's going for the Expo.
Oh, okay, I thought for a moment he was going to the Merc camp.
No, Expo it is. Oh, another set of Watcher Wards. This is so much vision for Sini and a good level. That means level 2 Windwalk fast and a long duration. Ooh, Hunter is already in trouble.
I think so too.
Again, the third Moonwell, by the way. Missing it a little.
If he sets it up now, though, I think it's going to line up. Hopefully he thinks of it this time around. And now Mercamp being crept. Usually the Keeper is supposed to be in control of this early game. Shouldn't allow things like this with his early game prowess. But Sini is turning it around. He is turning the table on the Night Elf here, dominating the early, getting the Merc support, which is so good against the Keeper. Has Dispel now, has piercing damage additional against those Huntresses as well.
There's no Moonwell, right? Ouch. He has the resources. He has everything. He has something against the third Moonwell. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, such a massive mistake.
Berserkers and Shadow Priests now good against the Entangle. Both have piercing damage, which are great against Huntress. Shadow Hunter is coming most likely with Serpent Wards first as well. Sini is set for the mid-game.
Yeah, and his Blade Master is level 3 with the Boots of Quel'Thalas. He's so strong now, he can cancel his Expo just by himself.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's getting even a staff to be safe in case he has to come home to defend, which honestly he doesn't even need to. Oh man, Hunter is getting outplayed hard in this game.
+8 already, yeah. You see more attack speed, more damage, and that's what a Blade Master does to an unprotected Night Elf expansion.
Oh man.
Spirit Lodge.
Oh!
What is this? Bloodlusted something? Is he fooling around already? It's not gonna be Spirit Link and this. Ooh, whoa.
Womble in the back.
Well. Okay, Sini, are you too sure you're gonna win this game? I mean, you can make a name for yourself if you win your stage match with unusual tactics.
Oh my god, this damage is amazing. Jesus Christ, there's no entangle here either, by the way. There's one more Windwalk. Shouldn't quite be good enough. But now with the Hex coming in, this could be the GG already. One more crit and he's gone.
Town Portal, though, doesn't pull a Sonic, who forgot, or, yeah, missed to use his Town Portal. Lost the game against Shishi because of that. But that's, again, so much Moon Juice. He is dropping the Circlet before. But still, no expansion. Super late in tech. Lower on the heroes. Second Circlet for the Blade Master as well. He has all the tools in the world right now, Sini.
And where's that second hero? We still don't see the Alchemist. Oh my god, Keeper level 3 only now.
Yeah,
this game just went wrong in every direction. At least he's gonna get the big item here. He needs like a Zoe Mask or something. Oh, that's also good.
Yeah. More damage and more mana on the Keeper of the Grove with the Robe of the Magi. Both first heroes getting their primary attribute boosted.
Hunter is supply stuck again.
Yep. What's he doing? The Shaman. Okay, good perch against the Entangles. But that's it. I mean, Lightning Shield could come into play as well.
I wanted to say it right now.
If you cast it on a Grunt, and there's not much Dispel on Hunter's side, he only opened up the Mercenary Camp now. He brings in Wisp a lot to the fight, so that could be a good Dispel.
Right, Hunter's got the supply ready for 50 now. Will be able to go for a second hero if he wants one, which he probably does. Alchemist is pretty popular, I heard, and here he is. At the moment, this is a pretty damn big Hunter's army. Ensnare wears off, Shaman gets away, he's gonna get the rest of the camp, but the big boy's already gone. So is the item.
He needs to catch up on levels though, and that will help. At least a little Tome of Experience would be great. Just a little bit more mana. Magic damage from the Shaman, also good against Huntress. And there's no tactical deviation by Hunter. This time he has to play without an expansion.
Level 2 Treants. Alright. Really wants to get level 4 in that case then. Or does he just think that the Entangle isn't going to be reliable anyways?
Lots of peons, man. This is a tower push.
But why is he pushing into the timing where the Huntresses now are still strong?
Because he can.
Again, though, that's... I'm not sure if that's the correct play. Ensnare here is going to signal the end of this Archer.
When of Mana Stealing could get rid of 3 Serpent Wards potentially. And give yourself a lot of mana. Summons are coming in. Dispel against the Shadow Hunter. Not too much mana anymore to use. The Glaives have to kick in now, but Hunter is losing another Huntress, or is he? Nope. Decent micro. Chemical Rage being used to evacuate the Alchemist. Tome of Agility. Even more damage for the Blade Master. And a mana potion on the Shadow Hunter. Wow.
Not yet level 3 though, is the SH, so he's not so strong just yet.
Hunter's getting a Moonstone. The Moonwells are empty. He will be sieged from this point on. Where are the towers? In good old Taker fashion.
Level 4, that's a big deal.
They are. Yeah, level 2 Entangle, but a lot of perch as well. And the item goes to Sini once more. Easy to creep this, of course, with Hex.
Oh, the heal ward, that is so good. And the level 3, he got so much from this just now.
Ouch, that was great for Sini. Supply-wise, he's down. Entry Protectors are coming. Glaive Throwers would be amazing. You can position them behind the altar, in between the Moonwells, and then they're not reachable, really. There's not much range, but he's not going for that. Rather Archers. AP has been cancelled. Once again, Supply stuck as Hunter, and the Hunters fall. 2 at the same time. Protections for a little late. Level up for the Blade Master as well. Aiming for the Keeper of the Grove. There is not much Moon Juice. Maybe he has to go for a potion. The Alchemist doesn't help. Oh, potion can't be used, but Entangle saves the first hero for now, but that exposes the Alchemist.
Staff? Where's the staff? No staff. Alchemist falls along with pretty much everything else as it seems.
Twice the supply for Sini now.
GG.
Happy birthday, Sini! Winning the first match in this group for him. He is now 1-2. And Hunter winning the first map, but again, couldn't seal the deal. The curse of the Western scene remains. Same goes for Hawk and Danger. They all played good. and Neutron, but not good enough.
Has a bit of a smile on his face there. I'm happy to see that he has shown what he is capable of. Map number 1, that's where he should focus on, I guess. That was super strong play. After that, to be honest, he kind of fell off a bridge. Don't know what happened there. The nerves getting to him, perhaps. This is a big stage after all, with a lot of eyes upon you. But I think you can take something positive away from this as well.
Exactly, and what we don't know is how much does his lag still affect him. If there's constant pain in your lag and you have some, I don't know, stressful situation, this can distract you even more. We don't know if he's on pills or anything, or how bad it really is at the moment. Only he can answer that, of course, but yeah.
I was actually told that he is on painkillers. Something else to consider. Does that influence him, reaction time or whatever?
Certainly does. Yeah, well, again, the bad luck of Hunter continues, as always. He will certainly be qualified for the next Gold League, and then we can only imagine what happens next to it. I mean, it was a first-time hospital, right? What comes next? I don't want to know.
Well, they say every streak is meant to be broken at one point. I hope so for him. It's really unbelievable. Every time he ends up here with bad luck.
There is a streak here at the Gold League. Only Chinese players have won this tournament, but it doesn't look good for them at all.
True.
Here, TH out. And there's Fly from Group B, but Infi doesn't play to the fullest. 120 is not playing to the fullest. The Chinese gods are demigods this time. And there's the chance for Europe and for Korea to take over. Lawlight playing great, Focus playing great, Lin playing great, Foggy playing great. Looks like the foreigners are taking over here at the Gold League, and we will see one of them, one of the strongest foreigners we have. The 5th race is coming. Moon, undefeated, 6-0. He will take on Cash, who's playing pretty damn great as well.
Really looking forward to this one. Of course, on paper, this looks like a one-sided affair. And Moon, he's looking pretty damn good so far. We said it, he's the perfect record at the moment, 6-0. But yeah, Cash, he's showing up here. And if he could get the win here on the big stage, of course, the best way to do this, he would really, like, place a flag here, Russian flag in Chinese ground, saying, hey, I'm here to play, I'm here to show up and impress. But it's by no means going to be easy if Moon plays anything close to yesterday.
Exactly, man. This guy seems to be on fire. The Gold League curse could still strike him, though. He always made mistakes in important matches. We haven't seen it yet. Moon has stabilized thus far, but maybe it's just on day 1. What did this break yesterday did to him? Usually he's very great in breaks, prepares to the fullest for his next opponent. First is Cash, and of course he knows the stage better. Was it really this big breakthrough at the next tournament where everything was on his shoulders to take the win for Team Korea in the grudge match against 120? He was successful there.
Yeah. We'll see that. We've been talking about this in the days leading up to Moon, because of course all the world is looking at Moon. As you said, he's been disappointing here so far, and it's so nice to see. It was so weird to us. How is he suddenly unable to perform offline? This was the last couple of GCSs, considering how much he has won over the years of Warcraft 3. As you all guys know, the most decorated Warcraft player of all time. Something happened after his comeback. He just wasn't quite there, but finally now, question mark, is it going to be his season? Is it going to be his tournament? As you said, Chinese players underperforming. At the moment, the strongest Chinese seems to be Colorful. Who would have thought that?
Absolutely.
And the Koreans, they're showing up along with some of the Europeans.
We will see 2 strong Koreans later in the 3rd match, but next is Moon versus Cash for the first time ever. We give it up to Snowkiss and Sini.
哇，真的是非常的感动，也再次感谢各位观众。那首先在这里的话呢，我们想祝 Sini 生日快乐，今天是他的生日。
谢谢大家。
好，跟我们聊一聊你现在的感想。输了第1局以后，是不是更加的紧张了？
输了第1局之后非常的慌，幸好第2局稳住了心态吧，就反正都零杠4了，要怎么样呢？再输也是这样吧，就正常打了。
我感觉你怎么现在也很慌呀？
有点紧张，
还是有点紧张，对吗？是不是第一次在这么大的舞台上比赛，肯定会有心态上面的浮动？
是，就真的打线下是不一样的那个心态，你要经历过才知道。
那所以 Sini 你现在是一个什么样的情况？是一个半职业呢，或者说你还有其他的工作呢？
平时在家里的话，有时候会教一下初中生的数学。
所以你是老师？
家教。
哇，好厉害啊！好，问一下我们关于游戏里面的内容呢？最后一局的话，可以看到你用的是大 G 萨满这样一个非常复古的一个组合，为什么会有这样的选择呢？
这个战术呢，我赛前跟朋友练习过蛮多次的，我觉得这个打法比那个常规的万金油要靠谱，因为这个打法呢，它不需要升狼骑的网，也不需要造逼，它的经济更大化的投入到兵力上面，可以打暗夜一个真空期。
是的，好，那下一场比赛的话呢，你就要来打 Hawk 了，有没有信心？
不太有。
很真实，非常的真实。我们再一次把掌声也送给 Sini。好，那今天的话呢？